Nowadays, Singapore, the tactics of the football skill not so bad, like picking up, you see. So definitely we will support our company lah.
Support your company?
No company, support our country.
Support soccer.
Well, this local football fan may not be far off the mark by calling it a company. After all, according to a Straits Times report, the local football industry is worth $200 million a year. And many would agree that ours is still a relatively untapped one, meaning there's even more money to be made. The president of Football Association of Singapore, Mr Zainudin Nordin, said there are many business opportunities that can stem from Singapore returning to Malaysia Cup.
When you look at sports, you cannot run away from the fact that there is an industry that is behind it. If we do it well, if we do it properly, there are a lot of gains on both sides in terms of marketing, commercial, and it will only be able to make the football development even better. Groom talent, apply sports science, ensure that we get the best coaches possible. All this will boils down to more resources. And when you have the economics, and we have a good business model that comes from sports industry, I believe all all the positive development that we can get out of what you say, money and the economics of football.
Malaysian political scientist Dr. Farish Ainur says he is not a fan of football simply because he finds it over-commercialized.
I sometimes wonder, are these football players or are they models for deodorants or shampoos? Because they seem to be doing the latter more than the former. The good old days when one did not have to wear a uniform with all these corporate logos on them. I mean, you're not an advertising board, and I think the idea of someone playing the game simply because he or she enjoys the game, I think that's very, very important. It may sound nostalgic, but I think we need to remember that that's how these games began.
Nostalgia is perhaps not enough reason to ignore the cash cow that Singapore football could be today. But what about the attendant problems like gambling addiction, match fixing and illegal betting? Will the return to Malaysia Cup aggravate these soccer ills?
Money can bring a lot of good things, but sometimes it's been criticized as soiling the game as well. How does FAS try to contain any problems, any social ills?
We have, in my view, done our best to ensure that the game continues to be clean, and we have a zero tolerance when it comes to violence, when it comes to match fixing, and I believe that we are one of the countries which have been serious about this, and we have been singled out by FIFA and AFC to be very brave, to be the only country to actually started off with the polygraph test. We are not going to back down on any of the people who continue to try to create trouble. Secondly, to tar the image of football.
Singapore has stepped into the next chapter of local football by returning to the Malaysia Cup. And it may be worth noting that Singapore has been in and out of the tournament 3 times due to disagreements on both sides of the border. Whether we'll be 4th time lucky remains to be seen. For discussion on the Malaysian Cup effect on diplomatic ties between the two arch-rivals and its potential impact on S-League, watch our other clips.